No, I don't think so. Final countdown.
12 seconds.
Feel like it should be something.
So we have some music playing in the background
Yeah.
leading up to our meeting.
Yes. It being 5:30 on Monday, August 25th, call to order our city council work session. Please rise to say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Kate, can we do a roll call, please?
Councilmember Udvig, here, Bonis, here, Mulebauer,
Here.
Mayor Vogel.
Here. All right, Chief Schmidt.
Mayor
Yours.
Council, we're here tonight to have a little bit of discussion over the course of our work for the last 3 years to get to a joint powers agreement with the city of Bethel. Our consultant Charlie Smith is here, Mayor Todd Miller, Ginger Berg, and some of our working committee from how we got to this point today. So before you are two documents that I supplemented your packet with, the first being the executive summary for the joint powers agreement, which goes through kind of the why of the process and the upper level highlights. So before we continue, just really exploring and understanding the whys and how we got here, we're really looking to create long-term sustainability with our fire and EMS services between the city of St. Francis and the state. We've been working under contract together for just about 2 years now. It has worked remarkably well. We have provided a higher level of sustainability and efficiency for both of our communities. And through this process, we've just been really encouraged by this working relationship to continue to move forward. It also provides a stronger legal authority than a typical mutual aid agreement, which we were working off of for a number of years prior to this process. It improves efficiency by reducing duplications of facilities, equipment, and administration, enhances service quality through unified staffing, training, and resource deployment. And by creating this separate entity through a joint powers agreement, it does provide creates a separate liability from the city back to the district. So we have worked through the process of the JPA, which was sent out to you last week. And at this point, I'm happy to open it up for any questions, discussions, comments that you may have.
Anybody want to go first?
Not me. I don't really have any questions on it. I think it looked good. I think that the committee has worked really hard on this, and I'm excited to see it move forward.
Thank you. Joe?
I have no questions either at this time. I was kind of involved for a while there in the beginning after Steve got sick. So I'm very well aware of what's going on, but no questions at this time.
You had the one question earlier today with a text to me. Did you clarify that?
The other day, well, the question I was curious about it was the fire district, but with the current agreement till the end of the year, I don't think that's part of it, but I mean, I guess I could ask that. But the reading part of I don't remember, I don't have it. I have it in front of me, but anyway, the statute that you mentioned in there, I guess it did mention about the indebtedness and whatnot. And I was curious if that was the fire district and then the taxing authority of that, or if that's something that comes later. Dave, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so the indebtedness, if you're talking specifically to a taxing district, that's another layer on top of the joint powers agreement. We cannot become a taxing district until we become that entity.
Right.
That powers entity, then that can open the door to become our own essentially taxing district, much like the school district. That would be a couple years down the road. That would be a significant heavy lift to get to that point. But I think that as we see other joint powers agreements throughout the state start to slowly make their transition that direction, it's something that we can certainly explore as we move forward.
Okay, yeah, I was reading the statute that's referenced in there and it mentioned some of that, so I just wanted to clarify if that was a step we're taking now or if that came later. So that answers my question.
Yep, we're not entering into a taxing district today. So far in the state, only one entity has taken advantage of that taxing district piece, which is the Cloquet area. They actually helped create that document for the legislature, but nobody has dared to take that next step yet after them.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And just for clarification, I don't know, like not find it here, but Joe had forwarded the statute or whatever else in there. Do you have that in front of you, Joe?
Give me 1 second.
And my only
Ah,
question
where'd
was,
it go?
what it was when it said composition of the board. The way I read it, and I'm no lawyer, so the way I read it is all members have to be on either one of the two councils. Is that?
So now
Except one.
we're on the board, except
Yeah.
for one, that's where we get our member at large. So the specific language in the joint powers agreement calls for 2 council members from each city.
Right.
And then our member at large for the board of 5.
And that falls under the statute that Joe, Charlie, or
Thought I don't want to misspeak, but I thought if you form the taxing district, that's when all of
oh,
the
all right.
members have to be. a council.
Okay.
So if you move to the taxing district, then everybody has to be a council member, but under the JPA, your constitution of the board, the way I understand it, can be whatever you decide as a council.
Okay. Thank you.
But I'll double check. Make sure that is-
I did,
ahead,
I did find it. It was 471.59, and then subdivision 11 was what I was reading about with the indebtedness and whatnot. I did have another question, but now I lost it. So when I think of it, I'll bring it up.
That's fine. Thanks, Joe. Amy?
I don't have any questions at this point.
And I'm part of the board, so I'm fairly familiar with caught up to speed pretty much where we're at, so I don't have any questions. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so the question I had as well had to do with the board. That 5th person, it was just interesting to me. I mean, it makes sense to have an impartial person. I'm just kind of curious, where do we go with that? Like, how do you decide what? Obviously, it would be somebody without a vested interest, I would think, because it says outside influence or outside perspective, I guess.
Yep.
Go ahead.
We've had a fair amount of discussion. I think probably maybe our last 3 meetings, we've probably touched on that topic in particular. We did reach out to Anoka Champlin. We spoke with SBM and other entities that have utilized that aspect of their board, having that outside third party. I have less concern today than I did when we first started having this discussion. Talking with Anoka Champlin, they actually seek out retired fire chiefs from outside the area to serve as that member, which they've had great success with. Bruce West was formerly part of Anoka Champlin, and now it's Scott Anderson, role fire chief. They seem to really like that process. And we talked about a little bit of our timeline too, where we want to get this thing moving because we can't move forward with any of the other legal aspects of the joint powers agreement unless or until the joint powers agreement is executed, right? So we can't open bank accounts and tax IDs and FDIDs and pension transfers and all that other stuff until we're a legal entity. We had some discussions at our last meeting about maybe appointing Charlie to that position just to get us through the next 3 to 6 months, get some work product done, then open up that at-large member for applications and then fill that position that way. So it doesn't leave us in the lurch. It allows us to continue to move forward. And then we can really go through a thorough process to find that 5th person long-term.
Okay.
Any other questions or concerns or comments?
So I guess from here, the next step in the process is we would bring this forth to the September 15th meeting for final approval. We would then bring it to Bethel, their meeting that same week, which would be September 18th for their agreement and execution of signatures. And then we'll have to convene a board and really start getting to some of the more detailed work of all of those things I previously mentioned. So I just want to make sure that before we get to September 15th, that You all have had a chance to see it, ask questions, everybody's comfortable moving forward, and if Mayor Bethel has anything to add, I would certainly welcome his comments at this time as well.
Nothing at this time. Put a lot of work into this and a few changes, and Chrissy got some here, but I think anything I might have to add is just more comment for, nothing really valid, so. Chief has done a really good asset in this endeavor, and it's working very, very well, extremely well, as the members can attest to. Very helpful. Want to keep this going and get it.
Yeah.
Get it signed.
It's been a long journey for sure.
Yeah.
And to Joe's point, right, we started this back with Mayor Feldman, and
Mhm.
Joe came on board and Mayor Vogel came on board, and our team has sat through a number of meetings, a number of dialogue, a lot of discussion. And I said this at the last meeting, the team that we've had working on this, the amount of collaboration that we've had is truly a testament and a reflection to the success that we're having right now. So we're really excited to keep this thing moving. Still have a lot of heavy lifts to go, but couldn't be more proud of where we're at today. So. thank you.
I would agree. And yeah, like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, the three major topics that have been discussed, that most of them has been that at-large member, the taxing portion of it, and actually creating this JPA that it would allow other entities to join us. There's a lot of time spent on that, and we want to create something where if they want to join us, they need to be serious about joining us, not just shopping around, so.
And that was a huge goal of this process, is to hopefully create a joint powers agreement that will be the first in its kind in a manner of scalability. And I really think we've accomplished that. So I'm excited for sure.
Okay, any other questions or comments or concerns?
So with that, we will move to put this on the September 15th agenda for final approval and signatures, and we'll continue moving forward.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Do we need we don't need a motion to adjourn, do we?
Nope.
So meeting adjourned at 5:41 PM.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.